Guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Woo-hoo! Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It's hump day.
Hump day! Uh-oh. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Uh-oh. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It's hump day.
Hump day!
What's up, guys? What's up? It's Wednesday. And having a little bit of a fun. How's everybody doing? I know I'm a little bit early today than I normally been doing. That's because I had the afternoon, like I start doing split shifts where I'm working 6 days a week now, but 2 of those days are 4 hours, and it was either that or work 9-hour days and then 8.5 hour day. But I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna do that. So yeah. How's everybody doing? So I unironically just enjoying my day. Just so ready for ready for the weekend kinda. This stream, originally I was gonna do this stream Saturday, but I got a hot date. No, I just got a date with a friend. Me and her is gonna hang out. So, how's everybody doing? How is everybody motherfucking doing? Wow. Okay. So, I actually was on here. This is a fun thing. So I made like the parts that I watched was fucking awesome, and wow, internet connection has just been shit lately. But we're gonna get it started. We're gonna get it snapping. Let me actually just turn down a lot of my internet shit because my computer processing has been. I wanted to give this all the attention that I could give it, so you guys can actually so that's why I'm not drawing right now. Because I wanted to give it all the attention that I could give it, because this will make you disgusted. So a little bit of heads up, right? So if you don't know who Heem Dowd or Dr. Heem Dowd, what big thing is, he had a debate show. He would get up while he's working on his doctorate, get up in the morning, stream, do a full-time job, and still work on his doctorate. Like, this motherfucker was a grinder to the motherfucking grind. Like, man, like, and but he had that motherfucking Persian charm. And I know, like, that, like, he's still around. He's obviously still around. But this is one of these things where it's just like, God, if he would have got really, really lucky, if he would have been able to, work on his doctorate, really would have appreciated, because I've watched some of his streams, and he's always picking his beard and shit like that, because he has an awesome motherfucking beard. And this is kind of a tribute in some sort to his people that, like, acts dumb, is smart, or is smart, acts dumb. He is smart, but he acts just like, yo, bro, like, yeah. And you're gonna see, like, him actually doing it in this video. So let's stop all the preamble and let's get to it. Let's go. Okay, so I had the perfect intro. Let's see.
Issues including food stamps, which were poor in the U.S. You can be in favor of substantial welfare programs, as I am, without the delusional belief that poor people are all disabled with 7 kids and 4 jobs in a food desert who can't possibly improve their life.
Now, if you see what I mean by this motherfucker has a fucking
interesting first tweet. Obviously, we should try and help the poor.
Are you on the Heem team?
Hey,
bro,
Ice Beans. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Pagan Pixie. No, we should try and help poor people to look up how to cook healthy food. Next, he says, so yeah, obviously we should try and help poor people, but the same lefties, The reality is that massive potential for social mobility exists. We already have huge social spending, and a homeless person in the US has more opportunities in a life than a king would have 300 years ago.
Like, listen to that shit. Listen to that motherfucking shit. Like, oh, you poor in the US. Kings have it better. You had it better than kings 200 years ago. Yeah.
This is the one that I saw that I was like, pump the brakes, bro. All right.
Some stupid shit, but I'm gonna laugh and it's gonna sound cool. But let's go.
You can see the ratio. And I in response to this, I said, Doomer be like, the homeless man today can sleep on any subway station vent he wants, while the kings of the past only had the option to rule one measly kingdom. Bro.
Okay, Thunder. Oh God. You can, because it's Comcast. It's Comcast. You can go fart on it. It's Comcast. Yes, go. Yeah, it's Comcast, and they may like it.
This was never my intention. Okay, to get 800 likes to your 70. And after I tweeted this, like just shitting on him, brain dead take. This is the dumbest tweet ever. He's getting roasted. Getting roasted. Oh, finally, he says treating people like they have no agency or potential for upward mobility as an excuse to exaggerate the ills of society is fucking disgusting. And then he's complaining about how nobody will talk to him. Da 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 da. So, oh, and then after this, this
car when I was driving with my dog, who lives in a more affluent area. But she's like, this is some bullshit.
Where's response? Oh, we can debate this on stream if you want. 6 likes. I'm like, would you like to debate your hyper?
Single step. How you get?
Your take is that. All right, I think you're okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, finally, he says treating people like they have no agency or potential for upward mobility as an excuse to exaggerate the ills of society is fucking disgusting, and your virtue signaling losers aren't helping anyone by acting like poor people are obviously stuck in their circumstance. And then he's complaining about how nobody will talk to him. Da da da. So, oh, and.
All right, let's go.
Oh, we can debate this on stream if you want. 6 likes. I'm like, would you like to debate your hyperbolic wording? 82 likes. It's not even hyperbolic. It's true. Poor people in the U.S. have things pretty good compared to basically any other group in the world or in history aside from rich people in the U.S. today.
Yes. He said poor people in the U.S. has it better than anybody in the world or in history because reasons. America. Let's go.
And then I'm like, easiest 10K views of my career. Hit me up tomorrow. All right, there you go. That's the preamble. Let's hear from the man himself, Mr. Media.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Let me just adjust your volume. Say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
I would have just been like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm just not. Let's get to this shit. But let's go.
All right, I think you're okay. All right, how's it?
Honestly, it's really staticky for some reason. It doesn't sound balanced. It might be a Discord thing. Yeah, it's like it's roboty, but it can't it has to be Discord because I was listening to your stream a second ago and it's perfectly fine.
Wait, 1 second. One second. Let me check and make sure I'm on the right input. He's trying to. This is his debate tactics, by the way.
Debate tactics.
He's This is called I can't hear you debate tactics. Test. Is this any better?
All right, let's go. Come on.
I guess not.
Let's get it together.
Is this any better? All right, yeah, it's a bit quiet. Sorry, hang on. Maybe I can turn it up a little bit. Oh, is that any better?
That's cool. Yeah, you sound good now.
All right, awesome. Okay, so again, I didn't mean to fucking like, what is that?
Explain it. So you said you wanted me to clarify my take. So before I say anything about what my take is, I just want you to tell me what my take is because I think it's obvious.
Dude, you put your take on motherfucking Twitter. People see the shit. People know that your take is shit. But let's go.
Your take is that there's a lot of, I guess, social safety nets and so on and so forth that, allows for people to pull themselves. Yeah, why don't you elaborate? That's my understanding. So if you want to elaborate further, you can go ahead.
Sure. So lefties have a huge problem with exaggerating the problems of society to a degree that is ridiculous. Like you try and have a conversation about poverty, and then in 10 seconds, you're not talking about poverty anymore. You're talking about a disabled homeless person tied to a radiator in Michigan. And
yeah, he literally just said that you try to talk about poverty and it turns into a disabled homeless person tied to a radiator in Michigan. He really fucking said that. Do you think he has contempt for the poor? Do you think he has contempt for the poor? Let's go.
And a snowstorm. And if you suggest that is a rare occurrence, people call you a conservative. That's the end of the conversation. I mean, this sounds like an exaggeration, but I could give you probably 30 or 40 examples of.
Can I ask you a question?
That happening in this discourse.
Now, you don't have to get too specific, but do you live in like a big city or a small city or what kind of? I just want to know how much familiarity do you have with poor people is what I want to try to understand.
I've been on minimum wage for 6 months, so plenty.
He knows he's poor because he's been on minimum wage. Stop. He knows about poor people because he's been on minimum wage for 6 months. And let you tell it where he's been on minimum wage in Illinois. In Chicago itself, it's $15. They are literally hiring people starting at $12 or $13 an hour. Now I know that is far from, the 20 that people need to be paid to have a living wage, but he's not. In this small city in Illinois, it's called Bolingbrook. Guess how wealthy those people are. These motherfuckers live in McMansions. But he knows the poor, where there is little to no homelessness in those areas. But he lives in a small city inside of Illinois. Where, Sway? Where? But let's go.
Okay, so I'm guessing a small city in Illinois probably doesn't have like a homeless crisis and stuff, right?
I mean, I know plenty about homeless people, but that's not like, again, we don't need.
Well, the reason that I'm sorry.
So again, he said, I know plenty about homeless people. Did they, like this small city in Illinois, he's not dealing with a lot of fucking homeless people. And I can guarantee you that shit.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because like I live in Toronto, has a serious homeless problem. And I lived in a neighborhood where like literally tens of homeless people lived literally outside my window for 2-3 years. I lived there and I was on the 3rd, 4th floor. So it was literally right outside my window and I experienced it firsthand. So I'm just trying to understand how much familiarity you have with the, I don't know, the day-to-day of how difficult it is to be a homeless person today.
I mean, like the line of questioning is basically, okay, so here's a different problem.
Notice he's not answering the fucking question because he has contempt for homeless people. He has contempt for the poor. And instead of addressing the fucking question, he's pivoting like he's fucking playing down in the post in basketball.
Problem, right? I'm not saying you're doing this, but I will say that a lot of people have basically done this, where they basically say, well, you can't possibly understand what you're talking about. You don't understand the lived experience, right? And okay. So I grew up on government assistance. I'm on government assistance now, right? I've been borderline homeless, not actually homeless, but like, you know, in the neighborhood of not having any stuff. And like, the only reason I wasn't homeless was because someone was willing to like put me up.
So he's been borderline homeless. He's not been able to be homeless because, you know, he's living up. In other words, he's living with somebody. But he knows how it is to be homeless.
Right? It's like, I'm not like the word on the street is that I'm like a trust fund kid who has like millions of dollars, right? And it's just shitting on the poor because I don't.
Oh, you want to clarify that? Yeah, I've seen people keep posting.
Now he knows about the poor people. He grew up on government assistance. Yeah.
Some tweet. Why don't you go ahead and clarify that?
Yeah, I mean, I just said it. It's
no,
not
like,
true. I mean,
like someone said your net. You said something about 35 million or something. Can you clarify that?
I said two things. I guess I said a number of things. So I said that my parents are middle class and that I grew up middle class, or we became middle class. When I was younger, we were on government assistance, but after my dad got out of school, that's not, obviously we don't need to be on government assistance anymore.
So as soon as your dad gets out of school, you don't need to be on government assistance? Motherfucker, what government assistance were you the fuck on? Oh my God, this is so fucking brain dead. This is such a fucking brain dead argument. As soon as he got out of school, we obviously didn't need to be on government assistance anymore. His parents' current net worth is $2 million. But he not homeless. But he knows about the poor people, excuse me. Fuck out of here. I don't know how much I'm gonna get through of this shit. This shit is fucking crazy. This shit literally okay, let's go.
No, I think that's dizzy. I think when people say, oh, if your parents' net worth is $1 million or $2 million, that you're somehow like loaded. I think they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is after 45 years of work, getting an inheritance from 3 different people, and I mean, there's 65, right? This isn't even.
Wait, getting inheritance from 3 or 4 different people. So okay, let's go.
I mean, like if you just like straight up Google what is middle class, the absolute worst you could say is that they are barely into the threshold of upper middle class.
Right. No, I agree with that take. So can you tell me where the 35 million thing came from? I just don't know.
Yeah. So the context of the tweet was that we were talking about like basically lifestyles, not actual class struggles and shit. We're talking about like how people actually.
Yeah. No. Of course. It's I pulled myself by the bootstraps. Oh yeah, I went to school and got motherfucking government assistance, and all of a sudden I don't need it anymore. Yeah. Of course. Fucking of course. Wait. It gets better.
Live. And I made a comment that my ex-fiance's family has a lot of money, approximately $35 million, and they didn't have any cultural markers of being upper class, aside from the house that they had, aside from the fact that they had a big house. That was basically it. They did someone has a lot of money so that they're...
His ex-fiancés, they had $35 million. Their net worth was $35 million. And like, notice he keeps saying net worth. Net worth. You are fucking.
That was the only point that I was getting at. And when I said,
okay, so I agree. Listen, those takes that I agree with. Okay, I agree that you can have a house that's worth $1 million, but that doesn't mean you're not working. First of all, thank you so much for the primer, Chase. I appreciate you. It doesn't mean that what do you call it? that you have, like, you can stop working, for example, right? Like, I consider working class somebody who has to continue working in order to maintain their lifestyle. And I think that's kind of what you were getting at, yeah?
Well, no, I mean, I had an image in my head of what upper class was, and I didn't think they were upper class despite having a lot of money. But in the thread, like, the very next thing that happens is Know Nothing, like, it tells me what upper class actually means. And usually when people say upper class, what they mean is 2x the median wage. In which case, my ex-fiance's family is obviously upper class, right?
No shit, Sherlock. If you are your parents are upper class. Country is about 50 grand, 50 to 70 grand. These motherfuckers ain't fucking poor. They're not living paycheck to paycheck. They're not living hand to fucking mouth. You dumb fuck. But you literally are acting this fucking way because you know how the poors are. Entitled little fucking prick. I wonder if DoomerMedia has ever put his face out there. Because I know what type of motherfucker he is. I know what type of motherfucker he is. I've dealt with them. I fucking deal with them as customers. Wait a minute, I have money. You can't talk to me like that. Of course I know.
Like,
I would say if your net worth is
conversation.
Okay, go ahead. First of all, what happened? How do you let go of a girl whose net worth is 35 million or family, bro? You lock that shit down, son.
With a fucking trust fund baby. A borderline with an entitled little prick. I wonder where I've heard that from. I guess I better watch some Shani and Rev videos. No, okay, I'm sorry.
More seriously, okay. What do you call it? Okay, so I don't really I see that people drag your name with those two takes, and that's probably unfair. But let's move on, okay? So that's the context. And then what was your issue? What was your take on the food stamps thing? Why don't you lay that out and we can talk about that as well.
Terms.
So watch my big brain. Watch my big brain. Watch how I just say there are certain things that you have the freedom to do, and then there are things that you have the freedom from. That's it. Why don't you just say that shit? You try to be motherfucking intellectually smart when you have a dumb fuck take as saying homeless people had it better than kings 300 years ago. Okay, let's go.
Basically, positive liberty is usually what lefties want, which is basically the idea of liberty is that the government is working as an apparatus to make your life better. So in other words, the point of the government is to work toward from government interference, right? So if you want to have a freedom to tax people, you're infringing on people's negative liberty to have quote unquote freedom from government interference, right?
So this is that libertarian bullshit. Well, you can go. We're taxing you so you can go to school too. No, I don't want that fucking freedom. This is that libertarian bullshit. But let's go.
But basically, everybody on the left would be fine with that. Almost everything on the left is a movement in the direction of positive liberty, which is basically that we want to take the resources of society and allocate them to solve societal problems.
Right? I mean, economically, sure. I would say like socially not, right? Like if we want to legalize marijuana or same-sex marriage or so on and so forth.
Well, I mean,
see how well that argument lasts in the sense of like, yo, that was some stupid shit. Just say we want the well-being of everybody. Let's stop acting this way, this fucking bullshit. Okay, let's go.
Raise taxes to have those programs. I mean,
I'm talking about legalization, right?
In terms of legalization, yeah, it would be a negative liberty issue where everybody would agree. But I mean, literally everybody agrees, basically. Like I think it's like 70% of Republicans or something are in favor of like decriminalizing the majority of drugs. I mean, the drug war is not popular. But yeah, so, I mean that's an issue of negative liberty. Everyone agrees. Point being that most initiatives that lefties have are movements towards positive liberty, which is basically you want to. Else is that was arguing with me is, which is very.
Let's hear his take on food stamps, people. Food stamps, you know, the things that people use to feed their family, because they don't make enough money. But all right, let's go.
Very weird given the rest of their positions. So my position on food stamps is that if you come to the government for assistance, that the government should not subsidize you eating unhealthy. I don't want poor people to have food, which is how a lot of people like to frame this. That's not the take. The take is that if you come to the government for assistance, the government should be giving you healthy food because that's in the best interest of you and everyone. Right?
So you can't get unhealthy food. That's what his take is. His take is, I'm going to tell you what the fuck to do with the food shit because I can. Yes, that's what his take is. You fat slobs coming for food stamps, you get vegetables. Yeah, that's what his take is. I'm going to do you think he has contempt for the poor? I think he has contempt for the poor, but let's go.
right? And the specific argument was usually around whether or not you can use food stamps to buy McDonald's. I was arguing against that. Now, my argument, again, is perfectly in line with positive liberty, perfectly in line with the usual left-wing positions on basically every issue. The people arguing against me were almost exclusively making a negative liberty argument where the only thing that matters is a poor person's right to eat McDonald's. And that sounds like a straw man, but it isn't. That's basically what people were arguing. And they would argue it in very contentious ways, saying like, you just want to take away the few things in life that poor people enjoy. That's how a lot of people would frame it.
Okay.
Not my...
Exactly. Did you guys hear that shit? This motherfucker is saying if you poor and you're on food stamps, you don't deserve to eat motherfucking shit that's unhealthy. I can't stress how much that sounds fucking idiotic and authoritarian and paternalistic, and infantilizing. But let's
a McDonald's meal for let's say a fucking poor parent wants to give their poor child. It's either going to be McDonald's or a healthy meal. Obviously, I would agree with you that the better thing is for them to eat the healthy meal. But I think what you're kind of missing here is that there's a large section of people who, if they're not eating that McDonald's that night, they will just go hungry. They're not. The alternative isn't that they're going to eat a healthy meal. The alternative is that they'll eat chips, or it'll be trash shits, or just bread and mayonnaise, and not a healthy meal.
What percentage of people are
precise numbers? Wait. Now you want precise numbers. What percentage? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, okay. Doomer dog. There are people who don't feel like fucking cooking. And yes, this is a hypothetical conversation because right now you cannot use food stamps for McDonald's. You can't use hot food from there, hot food, in order to motherfucking make sure that you may be hungry. But because, I don't know, I don't feel like cooking. So go fix you something else. Go fix you something. Like, this is literally the level of conversation this motherfucker's having. But let's go.
I don't know. I would say a considerable enough percentage that it warrants consideration in your scenario.
I need a number because this is what always happens. Again, this is a home.
Feed your kid McDonald's every day. There's bigger problem, or like often enough, whatever. If you're relying on McDonald's, that takes a certain kind of parenting or a certain kind of mindset to even be in. Most people wouldn't even consider that. So I think if you're considering that already, that the alternative would probably be like, here's a bowl of cereal and shut the fuck up, or tonight we're skipping food. I don't think that the alternative is like kale and cooked spinach and stuff. I would say it's a considerable percentage. I don't know if there's let's say 10%, let's say even 10% of kids who are in this situation, now you've made it such that they can't get McDonald's. I think that many kids will go hungry.
I mean, okay, the actual number is going to be basically 0 because I didn't say that you should stop them from buying.
Wait a minute. Wait, Mr. I know the poor. There are no kids that go hungry because their parents can't buy them hot food. There are no kids that go hungry because their parents don't feel like fucking fixing them dinner, so go eat a fucking sandwich. No. Like, we've already moved the goalposts so far down the field. Versus, would they go hungry? When it started in, hey, maybe people need to be able to buy hot food. But let's go.
Anything. It's not like there isn't healthy food that doesn't require any time to prepare. There's plenty of food that doesn't.
Well, the original take was hot foods, right?
Yeah, okay. That isn't.
So listen to him. He says, well, it's not like it's not healthy foods that doesn't take time to prepare. Like, what the fuck, man? Look, I'll tell you a reason why I was late. I got home. I had to fucking fix me a fucking burger. I literally spent $4 on a hamburger, and I actually have more that I can fucking cook. I had to sit down and fix the burger. I actually had to eat. That shit takes time. And I only worked 4 hours today. I only worked 4 fucking hours today. But usually when I work those 8 hours that I have to do, that shit is tiring. Come home and fucking cook. And yes, I'm probably making this video because I am fucking, this shit disrespects the fact that, people literally have to fucking work. But let's continue.
like that isn't the point. You said the distinction is going to be if people aren't allowed to buy McDonald's with EBT, kids will be starving. That's
Well, hot food. I mean, like I mean, hot food, like whether it's a rotisserie chicken or a McDonald's, like something that's easily accessible.
There's lots of things that are easily accessible. Like again, you don't just starve. If you need food, you buy perishable food, you put it in your house, and then when you can't buy McDonald's,
You're telling wait one second. Sorry, you're telling me that people don't sleep hungry at night?
I'm telling you that the choice between McDonald's and starving is going to apply to approximately 0 people.
And again, Doomer knew what he said. That's why he went back to McDonald's. When he says warm food, when he said hot food, that's when they went back to McDonald's. Because he knows he can defend the McDonald's because you can't get McDonald's on EBT right now. But when it comes to warm food, there are times because at least that shit can be fucking ate right when you get home versus having to go through the time of cooking it. And look at him. When somebody asks him for numbers, he goes back to, well, it just can't be. Like, this is this conservative bullshit that I'm talking about. But let's go.
You will buy other food. There are people who are starving, but this isn't the reason that they are starving.
Do you think when they buy, okay, hang on,
any money?
Sure, okay.
So let's say if you have money to go get food, you go to the grocery store.
Okay,
you can buy bread, and you can buy sandwiches. Okay, all kinds of stuff that you can buy.
Okay.
Oh, look what he said. If you got money to go get food, go buy bread and buy sandwiches. Like, literally, just go eat the shit, surf. You fucking surf, go eat shit. And be happy that they make sandwiches now. The fuck out of here. Tell me you don't have contempt for the poor without saying you. Tell me you have contempt for the poor without saying that you have contempt for the poor.
Well, would you say that?
That literally is your argument. It's not McDonald's. They went and bought fucking food. You can buy like a jar of mayo, all tasteless and shit, for like $5. You can buy some fucking bread. It costs $1, and you got you a mayonnaise sandwich. So you should be happy with that. He should be happy with that. But when somebody brings his absurdity back on him, oh no, we can't talk about that. We can talk about that. But let's go.
But the exact specifics.
But look how many restrictions. Like, can they buy cereal? Can they like everything has refined sugars?
Hold on. I don't know exactly, but my basic premise is.
Wait. When it comes to, hey, what does your plan entail? Well, I don't know exactly. But how many people go to bed without eating because they can't eat warm food? I need specific numbers. Like, this is your plan, motherfucker. Oh God. Now you see why I wanted to go over this shit. Now you guys see why I want to go over this shit. But let's go.
If we know a certain kind of food is unhealthy, okay, and we don't subsidize it with EBT, by removing the option of an unhealthy food, it is pretty likely that people are going to, on average, eat more healthy food. That doesn't, again...
Wait. What's the percentage of the likelihood they're going to eat more wealthy food? Like, we can do this shit too, you dumb fuck. All right, let's go.
Again, this isn't going to mean that you can't use it to buy anything that is conceivably unhealthy. It's to mandate that everyone has to have a healthy diet, okay? The average level of health of the food that you are eating will increase.
Okay, but let's say the average level increases, but now you get a big bump in the, like a normal distribution, okay? Right?
Yeah, bump in what?
Okay, hang on, I'm going to show you what I mean, and I'm going to draw a picture for you, okay? Just give me one sec.
Like, this is the conservatives bullshit.
People in chat are saying unhealthy food is much cheaper. That is not true. Healthy food is very cheap.
Okay.
Wait, unhealthy food is much cheaper. Unhealthy food is way cheaper. It is so fucking way cheaper. Dude is getting triggered by the chat. He is getting triggered by the chat. Oh my God. Like, we were having a conversation with him. Stop getting triggered by the chat. Stop, like.
Can you pull up the stream?
Yeah,
like I'm going to draw a picture. Okay. So on the first, I'm going to draw what I think, let's say, for example, it is right now on people on food stamps. And then I'm going to draw you what it would be in your scenario and why. Or not eating at all, or wasting their food stamps, or they expire, or whatever. In the middle, you have people who are probably getting McDonald's, whatever. And then on the very right, you have people who are eating very healthy, okay?
You said in the middle, or on the right, we have people that are eating very healthy?
Yeah, like on EBT, they're still going out of their way to go grocery shopping and so on.
Well, no, GA, you got to remember. In Illinois, where the minimum wage is at least $12 an hour for 6 months. For 6 months. He's been in a minimum wage job for 6 months. And he's not paying for housing. Or most likely, utilities. But family has a net worth of over 35 million. He knows poor people. He loves him some poor people.
On and so forth. This seems to be your analysis of it, right? That a lot of people are wasting their money on McDonald's and not getting healthy food.
I mean, the prescription doesn't have to do with exactly what's going on right now. McDonald's generally isn't allowed on EBT right now. But the,
Okay,
the point is that it shouldn't be there.
Okay.
It doesn't really, like what is actually happening isn't super relevant.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, would you be okay with this scenario? Okay, I'm going to draw another one. So in this scenario, in this second scenario, you might have moved the average over a little bit, but you're going to have, in my opinion, a substantial increase. So while your average might have moved over to the right a little.
And the McDonald's closed down, would you just starve?
No. However, I would be still going for food and places where I don't have to fucking cook. This is the whole part of the discussion. And he's not getting this. Doomer's not getting this. I know I'm spoiling it, but Doomer's not getting this. The reason why people go to the fast food is because it's in a lot of cases cheaper. Also, it's effortless. Somebody has already cooked the shit for you. You can take your time to rest, recover, sleep, whatever. He doesn't get that. He thinks because you poor, you just need to work fucking harder. Work harder. Cook that fucking food. You're a bad parent if you're not cooking your kids' food all the time. But let's go.
You're asking about, like, would I starve to death? No, I wouldn't.
Bullshit. Oh, bullshit. He just said people are not going to be skipping meals when they don't have to. Raise your hand if you skip meals because you were broke or you were too tired to cook. Okay, let's go.
Well, find food. You get food at the grocery store and you have food at home. Again, there's tons of food that does not take
Why do you
time
think?
to prepare.
Okay, so let me ask you: do you think that some poor kids, let's say a single mother family, whatever, do you think sometimes kids go hungry?
That there's a non-zero number of that, sure, but that's not what we're.
Wait. What's the number? What's the non-zero number? See, he asks for specifics when it comes to other people's shit, but when it comes to his shit, oh no, I don't have to be specific. I can just, throw vagaries around and shit like that.
You don't think any kids would go hungry because they couldn't buy ready-made food? I guess.
Okay, let's address something really quick in chat. This is how you know DoomerMedia has never been poor. I am poor right now. Okay, that is a stupid argument. Stop fucking saying it. Okay.
He's triggered by chat. Oh my god, this man is triggered by chat. Oh wow, he's triggered by chat. Oh, okay, let's go.
It's really fucking annoying. Anyway, sorry. What were we talking about?
I was asking you, like, okay, so what I'm trying. Okay, so you want to know my solution, which is so much better than yours, and also doesn't get you canceled. Okay, you should be able to use your food stamps for whatever you want. How easy is that versus what you're saying?
Okay, did I ever say that having food stamps restricted from McDonald's was my ideal solution?
I don't know. You went on a crusade about it.
Fuck, he did! He fucking went on a crusade about this shit. This shit is fucking hilarious. But I didn't specifically say that. The fuck? You just went, like, dick first into this. Oh, poor people should just be happy that we're allowing them to be alive in this day and age. We can start the counts back. Like, the fuck? All right, let's go.
I didn't go on a crusade about it. I gave a take, and Lefty Twitter lost their fucking shit, okay? Nobody spent the...
Triggered by Lefty Twitter. Okay, let's go.
What would be your ideal world, okay? My ideal world is not food stamps with restrictions. My argument is that food stamps with restrictions are better than food stamps without restrictions. There's lots of other things that I would...
So what is the, like, are you going off of, like, a nutritional thing, or how do you, what's your, how are you weighing that? Before you answer that, though, I'm getting mad pasties. I need to get my water bottle, okay? Give me 1 second.
Sure.
All right, so while he's waiting, like, you guys see why I watched this video and I wanted to actually do this video, because it's so fucking unbelievable. This dude is having a fucking field day with this. Oh, Lefty Twitters are mad at me. Oh, these people think that I think that these people are just healthy.
You don't need to prepare every meal. There are lots of things that don't take time to prepare. You can have food that you can just go get and eat. Like, the alternative isn't buy McDonald's or have poor people spending 4 hours a day cooking food. That is not how this works, okay? You can meal prep once a week for 2 hours and you will have food for the week.
You can meal prep once a week for 2 hours. Like, this is poor. They are poor. Hi, I'm poor. The fuck? They are time poor. They are resource poor. They are energy poor. They are drive poor. Not that they can't have drive, but the existence of being poor is fucking taxing. It is mentally taxing. It is physically taxing. It is literally taxing. But he doesn't fucking understand that. But yeah, okay, let's go.
This is what I do. Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. So yeah, you can go ahead and answer my question. Like, what kind of restrictions do you think that they should have these food stamps?
I'm not categorically against fast food.
That's why it's a
If
shit
it was like
take.
salad or something and it was actually healthy, I would be fine with eating GBT and like a salad.
He just called it out in the middle of it. That's why
Show you that like, unless you make it such that you can only buy vegetables and greens, you're not gonna get that outcome that you think you're gonna get. Like, should you be able to buy cereal with it?
It depends.
Wait. Fuck. What's the number of people that actually go to bed poor because hungry because they don't eat? I need a specific number. What is the percentage? Should you be able to buy cereal with it? I don't know. Like, this dipshit fucking DoomerMedia has so much contempt for the poor. And I like, we can start a drinking game of how much this motherfucker, whenever I say contempt, you can start drinking. Let's go.
Essentially, I mean, like,
cereal is all sugar, right? And
yeah, okay. Cereal is unhealthy, right? But there are different reasons that food is unhealthy. So fast food is pernicious, particularly because it combines all of the things that make food like addictive into one thing. When people go to eat fast food, they typically overeat substantially. Like, I would be interested to see the average caloric intake of someone eating a meal at like McDonald's.
That's just because they're high calorie. It's not necessarily overeating.
It's a combination of being like salty and sweet and fatty all at the same time, and then like the food is served with soda. I mean, it's like every addictive hook that could like.
Listen, I'm not arguing that fast food is healthy. I'm just trying to say, let's say you ban McDonald's, okay? I'm just trying to tell you that like the people who are so into eating McDonald's and they don't care about their health enough to, you know, take into consideration the negative outcomes of eating McDonald's, those people will get the unhealthy choices at the grocery store. Unless you're going to say that even at the grocery store they can't get the unhealthy stuff, in which case then you're literally just have to tell them, listen, EBT is just for vegetables.
So what Heem said is right on so many different levels. If you want to eat like shit, you're going to eat like shit, whether you buy it. But that's the one thing that they can actually do. They got 30 minutes for lunch and they couldn't do the meal prep because they were taking care of some other business. I don't know, they had to do some repair work at a fucking mechanic down the street instead of going to a fucking dealership because they couldn't afford it. Or they had to do something where if you had money, that problem wouldn't be a problem. They had to go get their oil change at a place that's so far away. They actually work an hour or so drive from where they are because that's the only place they can actually get they can actually get the work to sustain them. They had to pick up their kids. Their kids had to do errands. This motherfucker doesn't. Oh, shit. They needed to unwind from a shit job. He doesn't get this shit. He just think, they just lazy. They just lazy because they should be able to do it regardless because they're poor. What else do they have? Deal with it. Like, fuck. All right, let's go.
Like, they're going to get Pogos. They're going to get Hot Pockets. They're going to get Pizza Pops. They're going to get these kind of foods. They're not going to...
Nutritional value of people's food on food stamps, correct?
I don't know if that...
Then why hasn't it worked so far, you dumbass? We all know that right now you can't go to McDonald's with food stamps. We all know that. It is happening right now, but people are still using unhealthy, poor choices. We know that it's happening now. You have been disproven by reality.
That's necessarily true. Again, like I said, because you'd have to do a test to see what are once you've done this restriction, what are the choices that people are going to make. I don't think
I made a very liberal estimate, and I said that if you went from having food stamps be available to be used on anything to said 75%, which I'm sure is way past the actual number, you would still have 25% of people that are improving their diet.
But here's the problem, motherfucker. I need you to be as specific as you want somebody to be with you. But you're not going to do that, are you? But let's continue.
And also, but in my position, it's that, okay, let's say 25% improve their diet, but 75%'s diet gets worse.
I mean, do you have any reason to believe that it's going to get worse?
Again, like I told you, I don't think that Pogo sticks or Pizza Pops are necessarily more healthy than a McDonald's.
Again, this is silly. Do you think that on average, people who eat food spot in a grocery store are less healthy than people who buy food from like...
Yes. The reason why, because you can't use motherfucking McDonald's EBT at McDonald's right now. You can't. No,
it doesn't depend what they buy, okay? Because we're talking about people on average. I understand in a sample size of 50 million people, there are going to be some number of people that just go to the grocery store and eat worse. Obviously, there's going to be some number of people, right? That's not how...
Percentage. and he's not doing shit about it. He's not saying, he's not giving percentage for his point. He wants to give everybody give percentage for theirs.
Worse and have negative nutritional outcomes. Just give me a ballpark guess, because I'm guessing again.
You're telling me that, okay, hang on, wait one sec. Okay. So just to clarify, you're asking me what percentage of people who rely on going to McDonald's and eating fast food off of their food stamps, if not allowed to do that, would eat unhealthy shit from the grocery store? I would say
no. What percentage of them would have worse health outcomes?
I would say, okay, I don't know about worse, but the same or worse. Okay, the same or worse. I would say fucking over 50%.
Okay, then we have approximately, let's say we have potentially 30% of people whose health outcomes improve. I'm fine with that.
What if 60% health outcomes get worse?
Okay, now you just backed off and said, I don't know about getting worse. Okay, but
wait. So his thing is like, and you can just tell the tinge of racism in this. Is like, these fucking poor people, mostly brown and black, don't even know how to fucking cook. They are, because remember, he keeps city that you know that's in Michigan that may be poor. I don't know. Detroit. Oh shit, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that.
Stayed the same or got worse 50%, and now we're
which is eating healthier, but another group which is getting more left behind.
Because the point is that this group you're describing would be incredibly small.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that someone who doesn't have the wherewithal to understand that you shouldn't?
No, he didn't. He didn't say that. He didn't fucking say that. You dumb fuck. He didn't. Okay, let's go.
And you wouldn't even give me a number, okay? Because it's small.
The reason I can't give you
why are we getting hung up on this?
Okay, the reason I can't give you a number is because you're asking me to conceive of a population of the behaviors of an entire population. What I'm saying is there is a non-zero considerable amount of people who are not going to take the healthy route. Yes, some people will take the healthy route, but a considerable amount of people won't. And the reason that I'm saying that is because these people already don't care about their health. They're eating McDonald's multiple times a week.
Okay, first of all, I would like to point out that people keep telling me that I think so little of poor people, and then
complain about me not liking poor people. I don't know where they get that from.
Listen, I'm going to be straight up with you. I think that, correct foundational, understanding of life, finance, nutrition, all of these, the health, whatever, whether it's working so many hours, there's a lot of reasons why people are unable to pull themselves or change their habits and lifestyle.
You just said exactly what I said with slightly better optics that I got canceled for. Okay.
Oh, he is so mad that he got canceled for the stupid dumb fucking take that he did. He literally said that. Now, he literally said that, hey, when you pour, it's shit that plays with your fucking mind. It's literally stuff that affects you. The time, the overworking that you do, and it really, really fucking, it really hurts you. And it's hard to escape that. It's about the fact that you act like these people got like 5 jobs, 7 kids, tied to a radiator in Michigan. Fuck. Let's go.
So I'm glad that we agree.
Yeah, of course. I think I have very low expectation of people. Yeah, I'll be straight up with you.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. But like, again, when I say these things, people act like I'm fucking crazy, right? But every time I talk to them,
because you're saying it with contempt. You are literally saying it with contempt. Heem is actually at least saying it with fucking compassion. You have a contempt for people that you think you're better than. And that's the difference. That's the difference in optics that you are having. But you can't see that.
I'm not agreeing with you. I don't think that restricting people from getting. Okay, yeah, I agree with. That's not me agreeing with you. That's my own take. I have low expectations of people.
Sure, but
you didn't convince me. That was my original position.
Yes, but that's my point. Is that you just said the most controversial thing that I said on the subject that everybody freaked out about, and you just said exactly the same thing. And almost everyone that I've talked to about this has conceded to say basically the same thing, right?
But if
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Nuance isn't a thing in DoomerMedia's mind. I guess nuance is a thing. I said that being poor, literally, you time poor, you energy poor, you focus poor. I've said that. I have said that. It's your curiosity poor. Being poor fucks you up. Being poor gets you in a mindset when you say, shit, I have to accomplish this. I have to keep going. I can't step out of line with this. I've said that. You know why I get to say that? Because I'm poor. And yes, I work a job. I actually have higher than minimum wage. But there are still things that cost me. It is a reason why I'm actually making a concerted effort to do these motherfucking streams. That takes to like excel. What the fuck I look like, Gothics? But I'm trying to actually make it. I am literally giving you guys 2 hours a day of my time, sometimes more, in order to work on this. I am an exception. I know there are motherfuckers after they get off work, they don't want to do this. They want to deal with their kids. They want to spend time with their loved ones. They want to spend time with their kids. They want to fucking veg out to a fucking video game. I am an exception. I know that. And so for me to just sit back and be like, oh, no, fuck that.
When they agree with it. Okay, and it's very frustrating, especially when there's 10,000 people getting mad at me all at the same time.
Do you think I've agreed with you?
You just agreed with the most controversial take that I gave on food stamps.
But if your take, your own take disagrees with your food stamps take. If you have a low expectation of people, how do you all of a sudden expect them to change their entire life around and start eating healthy? How are you not realizing that a lot of people are just going to get fucking frozen pizzas and McDonald's and microwavable food?
I do not expect people to just spontaneously do the right thing.
And Doomer is right. He doesn't expect people to spontaneously do the whole thing because he's going to tell them what the fuck to do. You eat motherfucking healthy, you motherfucking poor. How fucking dare you dirty fucking fat fucking poor. You need to eat healthy or we're going to fucking starve you. We're not going to let you get anything off of that food stamps because it's our money. Yeah, like this is the shit that he sounds like. But let's go.
Which is why you use government policy to steer people.
But what do you think of my policy? Isn't my policy 10 times better than yours?
Wait, what exactly is your policy?
My policy was you incentivize people to eat healthy by telling them, hey, listen, if this one food stamp is worth $1 at McDonald's, this one food stamp is worth $2 in the vegetable aisle. You get more bang for your food stamp buck if you go buy healthier options, like a multiplier, to incentivize people to get healthy, yet allowing them to.
That will never work because fucking grocery stores will never let it work. Fucking fast food stores will never let that shit work. It will cost them too much effort to put that shit in there. And then McDonald's, they're gonna want all the money. It's okay. It's okay. Let's come to us and we can give you all the money. We know it won't work because fuck capitalism. That's the thing. Because fuck shit capitalism. We know that it's not gonna work. But let's go.
To get McDonald's. You're saying that you want to restrict people from getting.
I am fine with so much that I got about the snap take was people talking about the administrative cost of creating and administrating rules surrounding food stamps. And the thing that basically everyone, let's not say everyone, the people that I respect the most who disagreed with me, all of them were arguing for direct cash transfers, with the primary argument being that the administrative costs are a burden. This reduces the amount of money that's given to poor people. And if we just give them money, we can trust them to do what's in their own best interest. That was the argument I heard from basically everyone I respect that disagreed with me on the topic. You're the first person who gave a different take. So that's interesting. But I'm just telling you, people would disagree with what you just said on the basis of having.
Everybody gave that take to his ass. Like, dude, stop. You sound like you have contempt for the poor. And he does. He literally does have contempt for the poor. Okay, let's go.
Administrative costs, and like on the basis of exactly how you would administer that program.
Dude, do you realize that wait one second, Joey, yours advocacy that like it should be based off of a nutritional thing, it already will have administrative costs to determine what food is and isn't allowed to be purchased.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you that the reasons people disagreed with me, they would also disagree with that. Okay, but let's run down a lot of things. Okay, I think that.
How much you want to bet that they didn't, and he just didn't fucking listen? How much you want to bet that's what the case is? How much you want to? I can almost guarantee he didn't fucking listen to the word they said, and he's like, "Oh, word sounds good," and kept going. But let's go.
The snap with restrictions to incentivize healthy eating is better than the snap without restrictions. I'm also fine with what you just said. I might be fine with direct cash transfers. I might be fine with a lot of things. I might be fine with excise taxes on unhealthy eating for everyone. Okay, I'm definitely fine with government incentivizing healthy food. I think the government should just be giving away free food for everyone. Like, if you want, like, if we can figure out, if we had a good idea of what healthy food actually was, I think everyone should have it for free. Period. Like, it just shouldn't cost money, right?
Okay.
People are fucking making me out like I'm a goddamn like fascist, right? Like, which is.
No, you're authoritarian though. You're not a fascist. You're an authoritarian though, because you want to use power to get people to do what the fuck you want them to. But you're an authoritarian. Is he having a sad because people called him out on Twitter? Is he like, dude? Like, look, I want somebody to call me out on Twitter for a take that I have. I want them to. Cancel me. Shit. This motherfucker DoomerMedia, because of his stupid shit, he got on more shows. He got to talk to this person. He talked to that person. His tweets got look. Fuck, that canceling ain't working well, is it? Fucking cancel me. Cancel me, motherfucker. Shit.
Like, in my perfect society, there would be government grocery stores with food that we know is healthy, and everyone can go and get as much as they want. That is my ideal society, right?
Okay. All right.
I'm fine with all of these things. So again, you're arguing against a position that I never gave. I never said that cash transfers are bad. I never even said that cash transfers are worse than SNAP with restrictions.
But I guess my question is like, Okay, I think maybe we can move off of the food stamp stuff. I still disagree with you because like you failed to kind of explain to me what you mean by healthy and unhealthy and how much that would restrict stuff in the grocery store as well. But
okay.
Anyways.
Okay. Would you agree with me that McDonald's is unhealthy? I think you would agree that most of that stuff is pretty healthy, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna have some.
Yeah, vegetables technically are more healthy. Okay.
Attention when we talk about probably two things: probably prepared food, which is like frozen pizza, for example, or TV dinners, and then like cereal. I think that's very clear.
You're too poor to have some chips. Yeah, no, motherfucker. Fuck you. You poor, look emaciated, motherfuckers. You poor, no, only rich fucks can get fat. You poor? How fucking dare you think you can have something that somewhere tastes good, that hits all those good receptors in your fucking brain? Go eat some fucking beans and rice, you motherfucking animal.
Okay, so no, and what about TV dinners?
TV dinners and cereal are the two areas where I'm not 100% sure. I think that if I was...
What about bread? What about mayonnaise?
If I was proposing this as a policy, right, and it was my job to figure out how to implement this, I think I would have to concede on allowing TV dinners and cereal just because there's some cereal and there's some TV dinners that are healthy, and it would be too much of a pain in the ass of like shitty fucking dog shit people.
So why not have that whole attitude when it comes to McDonald's? Is it because you just hate McDonald's? I'm just saying, like, he just literally, and it boils down to, well, we don't do it like that now, so I don't want to put the effort into actually learning now. He literally said that it takes too much effort to figure that shit out. He said it.
Can eat is restricted from being a lot of things to just a couple things. I think it follows completely rationally that people will on average eat better, right? So you probably have.
Yeah, but you keep bringing up this average thing, but you're not addressing. I get that, but you're not addressing what would happen if you have a growing population of people on the lower end that are actually getting unhealthier and unhealthier.
No, I have addressed that. Okay, I want you to stake out a number of what you think that number.
No, you haven't addressed it. You just keep saying, "Well, tell me what your number is." You haven't addressed it, you dumb fuck. You haven't addressed it. Let's go.
Going to be. I think the number is very close to zero. Less than 5%.
I guess that's
not worth considering when you're making a policy decision.
So you think that less than 5% of
less than 5% of people will have worse health outcomes under this type of system than they would if we allowed them to spend EBT on McDonald's.
And that would include like kids who I think would miss meals
yes.
because their parents were, I don't know, too big.
Less than 5%. Less than 5%. I have a sneaking suspicion that 5% number comes from the amount of minorities that's on food stamps that's in the population of the world, the country. I just got a sneaking suspicion. I have a sneaking suspicion, but you know,
fucking canned chili or something like that.
The distinction isn't between your options are McDonald's or coming home and spending an hour cooking. There's plenty of food that does not take time to prepare.
Bullshit. Says like, unless you're gonna be eating salads every day. Even salad takes about 30 motherfucking. Okay, 20 minutes to fucking prepare. Ask me how I know.
Okay, people don't just starve for no reason. This is not a thing that happens.
But do you understand that what I think you're having an issue with here is you're putting your own like it's like me saying, why doesn't everybody fucking wake up at 4:30 to stream before they go do their PhD? Like I wouldn't have that expectation of people.
It's not about why does everybody wake up at 4:30. I'm saying that people don't voluntarily starve when they have the option of not starving.
Dude, you need to.
People don't, and again, it's really missed meals. It's really missed meal. People won't voluntarily miss meals when they don't have the opportunity to miss meals. Okay, all right, let's go.
Fucking go and like I don't know, I don't know. Maybe I watch like too much basketball and stuff. Every fucking basketball player that I watch. Okay, so what you're saying is that if they had the EBT, they all of a sudden would just have the healthier choice. Like I don't know.
No, they would have something. If they have money to spend on food, they would have something. People don't just starve when they have the option of not starving. Again, so hold on.
Okay, but you dumb fuck. That's like saying people wouldn't be homeless if they had the option of not being homeless. There are things that lead to that. Oh my God. I can do it too. Doomer, you wouldn't, you're choosing to work on minimum wage for the 6 months. Like, I can do that shit too. Fuck. Oh my God. Okay, let's go.
This is very important to understand. What you were saying is that there are people, if they couldn't spend food stamps on McDonald's, would just go home and starve. They're that stupid.
Not starve. They would just skip more meals.
I think this applies to very close to zero people. And again, not all food has to be cooked. Plenty of food you can just have in your house and you can just get food. I mean, like you can talk about very low preparation time, like sandwiches would take a couple of minutes.
This whole, oh, you poor, just eat sandwiches. Like people are fucking Jared walking around here, except for the child essay.
You could have things that, like a TV dinner, that where the amount of time you interact with it is 15 seconds, right? And then there are things like, fruit and whatever, it's just there. You just eat it. I mean, there's so many types of food that aren't fast food, and you don't have to sit down and spend an hour cooking all of them.
Okay. All right, let's move on to your tweet about whatever the fuck you said. Let me just pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Damn, he just said that with just a smile, like let's talk about the tree, whatever the fuck you said. Like, damn, like you just said was trash, dog. But we gonna keep it going, keep it moving, keep it pushing.
Okay, so the first thing you said is lefties are totally delusional about the reality of being poor in the US. You can be in favor of substantial welfare programs, as I am, without the delusional belief that poor people are all disabled with 7 kids, 4 jobs, food desert. Okay, whatever. All right, so do you think that we kind of touched on this before with the homeless thing? And I think it's important here that we discuss like homelessness and poor with house separately. I would say that it's very difficult if you're homeless to become unhomeless. Would you agree with that?
Oh God, these poor people, they just haven't tried hard enough not to be poor. Look at me. My daddy, who loaned me $10,000, he told me not to be poor, and I wasn't poor. Like literally, fuck. Okay. This is like when I heard this shit. Like I looked at my dog because we was driving the car. She was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" But let's go.
If my net worth was set to 0 and like my parents were killed, right, and I had no means of getting money, I could get out of being homeless pretty easily. Like it's
Wait. He said, look at he said, he's like, if my net worth was set down to 0 and my parents both died, I can get out of homelessness pretty easily. This motherfucker's just built different because fuck it. There he goes. He's like he's like that fucking millionaire that says I'm gonna be a millionaire in a year. Didn't make it fucking 6 months. But let's go.
It's basically guaranteed that it would happen within 3 months. When you're talking about someone who spent time in prison and who has a medical problem, right, and who has mental illnesses, them getting out of homelessness is pretty fucking hard. Okay, but again, this is not when we're talking about still. It is a number of people. There's 330 million people in the country. So again,
they're 1 in 6.
Hold on. It's no.
Oh no, sorry. 1 in what is it? 1 in 600?
It's like it's a small fraction of a percent.
Oh God, we're gonna do it. Nope, almost 600,000. So when you do the calculation, because I'm that motherfucking pedantic, yeah, that's 1 in 6. The fuck? Okay. Okay, let's go. Cause you multiply times 2 and wait, that isn't 1 in 6. So that's 3.5% of the population. That's still a big fucking number. That is still a big fucking number. And that still don't sit right to me. I don't understand how that is. So double that, that's 1 in 3. Oh no, that is right. But let's go.
600.
Okay, and when we say homeless,
1 in 600 is a lot still, right?
When we say homeless, we don't mean people that are sleeping outside and
Wait. Okay, so you're not homeless if you're not sleeping outside in the fucking dirt. Oh wow. Okay. All right, let's go.
Being rained on. Okay, there are 1.2 million. So that is exactly what just happened. Talking about poverty. Okay, and then
Okay, I know we can talk about separately. Yeah, we can
the
talk.
image of not just people that are homeless, people that are on the fucking street. And it's like, well, what would you do if you was homeless, right? And again, the fact of the matter is, if I was homeless, I would stop being homeless really fucking fast.
He just built different. These motherfuckers who are homeless right now, they just fucking lazy. He just built different.
Right? And again, it sounds bad. Look, I'm not reading the chat. I'm sure there's people in chat that are freaking out that I said that. Okay, do you even?
And again, he's so triggered. Oh my God, he's so fucking triggered by the fact that people are mad at his ass. Okay, let's go.
Disagree with that? Do you think that's wrong?
Yes.
Why do you disagree with that?
Because I think there are circumstances that lead people.
From anyone else, and I
Oh
was
my
homeless.
God.
How long would it take for me?
Wait, no, him it'll be fine. Everybody else around him, like the averages, would no, they're just not trying hard enough.
To resolve it? I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about me.
Dude, I think you're seriously underestimating how difficult it is to be homeless. What are you gonna do? Go get a job with your shitty clothes that you can't even fucking take a shower? What are you gonna do? Get rent when you can't even get a fucking reference letter from a previous land? Like, what are you gonna do? I can't believe you're downplaying how difficult it is to get out of homelessness. Why do you think so few people succeed when they become homeless?
I'm glad you went on that rant because I know exactly what I would do because I have been involved in fixing these problems. Okay, you go to a homeless shelter. You talk to the fuck tons of programs that help people get connected to work.
Why do you think it doesn't work for people?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
It doesn't work.
We have all this evidence. You talking about you've been involved in fucking homeless shelters, but we have all of this shit. We see this shit. We see this shit happening, but you just built different because you just built different. Oh, the fuck out of here. Okay, let's go.
For people because a lot of people aren't homeless just because they don't have money. They're homeless because they are fucked up. Okay,
that's my take. That there are circumstances that lead you to become homeless that make it almost impossible to pull yourself out.
Hold on. Okay, that's what I said at the beginning of all of this. Now what we're talking about right now is if my net worth was set to zero, how long would it take me to stop being homeless?
I don't know, dude. How long do you think it would take you? How long did you say?
Like probably 3 months.
3 months. 3 months. 3 months. He's
on the streets that you wouldn't fucking suffer from mental illness. You wouldn't suffer from any other shit that would exacerbate the problem.
No,
in 3 months, you would be the same DoomerMedia. You would be the same.
I am saying that the resources exist to help people get out of homelessness.
Yeah, they do exist. But why do you think that it doesn't fucking work for most people?
I already said that.
Because you're underestimating.
No, I said that because a lot of people don't have problems that are not easily addressed by having a government program. Okay, my whole point is that.
Wow. There are homeless people that may have mental illnesses or some other shit that is that's fucking them up. Wow. Fuck. Oh my God. News fucking flash. Okay.
Our society is pretty fucking good, but there are certain things that it's very difficult for society to do anything about. Okay, if someone is out of prison, right? They have medical problems and they have mental problems. It is very difficult for society to address that. It is incredibly fucking hard. Okay.
Why does he go to the hyperbolic shit all the fucking time? I have a friend of mine that always goes to the hyperbolic shit, and I know I'm hyperbolic about shit. I get people in stupid ass arguments going hyperbolic, but this motherfucker just takes the fucking cake. Like, oh no, well, you ain't. Then you must be this. Then you must be that. Or they must be this. They must be that. That's why they can't cook food for the kids. Like, oh my God. I don't know how much more I can take of this motherfucker, but let's go.
Hold on. No, stop. This is immediately where we go. I'm talking about how unrealistic it is. People have this perception of poverty. And we immediately go to this. This is exactly what I said was going to happen. We immediately go to this extreme fucking position, right?
It's not that extreme.
It is extreme. And I mentioned that there are.
But guys, he knows about homeless people. He knows about homeless people. He knows about homeless people growing up in a suburb in Illinois. Shit. This contemptuous ass motherfucker. All right, let's go.
Lots of resources to help with these things. And you're like, well, it doesn't help some people. Yeah, of course, it doesn't help some people. It does help some people.
But you would concede that the vast majority of people who end up becoming homeless never become homeful again.
I mean, do you have any stats on that?
Do I really need to pull up stats? You're going to tell me that homeless people... Oh, okay, if you want me to pull up stats, I will pull up stats. Give me one sec.
Oh my God.
It's just like, you know what's upsetting to me? And maybe someone from chat can pull it up. What's upsetting to me is that as someone who lived in like a very urban city, and as I told you, I lived on the 4th floor and had tens of homeless people living outside my house, okay? What I'm trying to tell you is that I've seen firsthand.
You only accept anecdotes in one direction, Heem. If I gave you anecdotes about people getting out of homelessness, you wouldn't give a shit.
No, of course I would. I would agree. I'm just saying that, well, we have to pull up the stats, okay? I'm still waiting. Maybe if somebody can pull up the stats for me, that'd be great. What I'm telling you is I've seen firsthand, and like maybe if you haven't seen it firsthand, it doesn't really stick with you, but I've seen firsthand a kid who was like 20 years old show up on the block that I used to live on, okay? And within the first day, he seemed kind of normal. Second day, he seemed kind of like dirty but normal. And bro, within like 2 weeks, the dude was like done. There's no going back. I think you're underestimating how difficult it would be to live on the streets for 3 months and not suffer any sort of like mental health.
But you don't get it, him. He's not going to live on the street for 3 months. The day he becomes homeless, he's going to a homeless shelter. And we all know homeless shelters actually help people get homes and stay at homes, because that's a thing that's happening now, even though, yeah, no, exactly.
Health things from that and to be able to pull yourself out.
I'm not. No, again, we have done exactly what I said would happen. We went from a conversation about poverty, which could be broadly said to affect about 30%.
We can go talk about poverty after. Okay, but you keep saying that I'm mixing poverty and homelessness. I'm not. I specifically separated them.
We go from talking about. We're talking about okay. The reality is that massive potential for social mobility exists. We already have huge social spending.
In what fucking country? Wait, did he just say that the social mobility is a thing in the US? Okay. We know Doomer is living in a fucking la la land, but let's go.
And a homeless person in the US has more opportunities in life than a king would have had 300 years ago.
Well, we're still going to get to that.
Hold on. No, we're talking about it now. And then my follow-up tweet said that even if you take the idea of a poor person in the United States, the group that you need to compare them to is rich people in the United States to get the idea that basically all lefties put forward. The reality is that when you compare poor people in the United States to poor people basically anywhere else, they're doing pretty good. You just compare them to people in the past, they're doing pretty fucking good. Like,
he said poor people in the United States are doing better than fucking kings 200-300 years ago. Now, when I first heard some shit like this, I heard it played off as a joke. It was a Dracula 1990. It was like a Dracula series that came out like 2 years ago. The shit was funny because it played off as a joke, like, oh yeah, this is a high house and all this other good shit, and it was played off as a joke. But this motherfucker took it serious. And look. I think I'm gonna go for until we reach the hour point, and then I'm gonna try to catch up on this later. I'm gonna take me a motherfucking nap. But let's keep going. And you're gonna hear this shit, and you're gonna be like, huh? What? Yeah. Check this shit out.
I understand there are problems. We need to address those problems. We need to make society better. But fucking lefties talk about this shit like every single fucking person is a fucking
hang on.
One fucking radiator in a fucking warehouse, and we get to see the sun 2 times every year. Like, it's fucking insane.
I don't think you're being reasonable here. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why.
Again, I'm talking about homeless people, but you immediately go to homeless people, and not just homeless people.
I'm trying to go on
problems that they can't get out of homelessness. We're talking about 200,000 people in the fucking country of 330 million people.
No, we're talking about 580 fucking thousand people. You dumb fuck. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, let's go.
Do you think America?
This is immediately where we go.
Do you think America has high social mobility?
Okay. Where does America rank in the world's population in terms of social spending?
What do you mean by social spending? Does the military count?
What's up, Ziggurat? What's up? But he notice he didn't answer this question about how does he think America has a high social mobility ranking. He said, what is America's social spending?
No, the military is not counting. Social programs.
I don't know.
And yes, the military is a big fucking social program. Like no bullshit, no lie. That's one of the gender confirmation surgery or gender confirmation. Not just surgery, but you know what I mean. Like they can actually pay for gender confirmation. They can motherfucking pay for people to go to school. Yes, the military is a big ass social program. It's a social program for these fucking war companies, and it's a big ass social program for the people that go in it to try to make themselves have a better fucking life. So no, it is one. But let's continue.
I can tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you have to calculate. I can give you a graph. The United States is 92nd percentile in social spending, meaning that a poor person in the United States is getting more. Wrong. Doesn't mean that just because there's 92%, 92nd percentile in social spending doesn't mean that money is allocated in the best, most efficient way.
Yes, exactly my point. If I am telling you that, hey, I'm going to give you $100,000 for your charity, but $90,000 is that for your salary, that's only 10% going to the people that need the fucking charity. And that's what this conversation indicates to the problem. No, you have that number. How much of it is being allocated to the problem? Well, we have the number. Fuck.
It doesn't have to be allocated in the best, most efficient way. Of course,
No?
it's not allocated
In the best, most efficient way.
It doesn't have to be allocated in the best, most efficient way.
He says it doesn't have to be as long as they're spending it. Sure. Yeah.
Of course,
No?
it's not allocated in the best.
What if 90% of that money goes towards administrative
It's not
costs?
the most efficient way in any country. We can't, like, what are you talking about?
Wait,
It's
what do you
like
mean?
in
Some,
Finland,
hang on, I'm
every
sorry.
single
Okay,
dollar-
one sec. Some country has to be allocating it in the most efficient way, right?
No, that is not how this works.
If
Wait, what? One country doesn't allocate it in an efficient way? That's not how it works. Tell me you don't have contempt for the poor. Tell me that you have contempt for the poor without saying you have contempt for the poor.
if you put the order in terms of how
the least bad. Like, it's not like
you're playing semantics here. I'm trying to tell you just
it's not
because
semantics.
Okay, go on. Why do you think that Americans have less social mobility than, let's say, Canadians or people in Sweden, Denmark, wherever
I
else?
don't think that social mobility is notably bad in the United States at all.
Huh? Wait, what? This is my family was on government assistance, and then my father got out of school, and now we at $2 million net worth. So it's not a problem. But everybody else, all you fuckers who ain't making $1 million in your fucking lifetime, it's a you problem. That sounds like a you problem. Oh my God. Fuck. All right, let's go.
Everybody has the potential. There aren't serious institutional barriers that exist to fuck people over. And there are.
Huh? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, what? How? This motherfucker is talking about America, right? He's talking about America, right? Like, he is talking. Okay. Shit.
Are lots of apparatuses to try and help people.
Why do you think that your most telling the most telling feature of someone in terms of how they're going to turn out in life is the zip code they were born in? Because there's a high social mobility here.
Okay, the fact that people don't get out of poverty does not mean that the potential for social mobility doesn't exist.
Wait, whoa. Look at that goalpost. It went from there all the way over there. Oh, of course. I was asking if the mobility is good. Does it help? Oh, it exists. Fuck. I wonder why he kept getting canceled by people on Twitter. Let's go.
What about the fact that what about the fact that in other countries? What about the fact that other countries people do pull themselves out from poverty more often than they do in the United States?
Yes, it isn't number one. My point was never that the United States.
It's not just number. It's not just not number one.
Things here are pretty fucking good. Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the best country in the world. What do you mean? You're gonna compare it to fucking Iran? Of course.
I didn't say that we are number one.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. I can't right now. Give me about 2 hours. I'm gonna give me some rest. I can't. This motherfucker is breaking me. We're at about an hour in. So we're about an hour in. We're gonna actually finish this. I get on it. I actually will be on later on tonight. I throw the fucking thing up. I'm gonna probably need some copious amounts of distract my ass. So I'm not gonna actually be drawing tonight, but I will. I promise you guys, I will be probably gaming. This shit is making my fucking head hurt. Like, this is so much contempt for poor people. It's so fucking unbelievable. And we gonna finish this. We gonna finish this shit for him. We are gonna finish this shit for him. I just don't have the fucking constitution right now to do it. But But
Hey, I'm Heem. This is my channel.
what I need y'all to do is, if you haven't done so, I know he's giving up on streaming right now to take a break, but that's Heem's channel. I combed the beard out for his ass. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later, and you'll see the stream up, and you'll see this a little bit later. Catch you in the next couple hours. I'm fucking tired. All right, let's go.